Yesterday, we saw how to log in into a remote server and we tried our first commands to explore the file system and to have a look inside text files. Today, we will learn some new commands and we will start with a simple text editor available from the command line. It's called Nano, it's widely available in most Unix servers and it's really simple to use. It's worth noting that if you are going to do complex editing, you would probably prefer a local editor like Visual Studio Code or Atom or one of the text editors that we mentioned yesterday. Some of them will even allow you to edit a remote file from the server where it's stored, but with the convenience of mouse and shortcuts and a lot of powerful tools. In any case, it's really important to know how to do small edits when you just need to change minor things. So this is the interface that you can see in our handout. It's an interactive program, meaning that once we start it, we are going to exit temporarily from our command line prompt, and we will work inside this editor where you can scroll up and down, left and right with arrows. You see the cursor, you can insert and delete text, and at the bottom of the screen, we will see a set of shortcuts. The caret character represents the control key. So for example, to exit is Control X. Some of the commands here require further input from the users. They are the text-only homologs of dialog windows, but we will see how to use them in a moment. So first, we need to log in into our remote server. As you remember, if you have a terminal, the syntax is SSH, your username in the remote server. I will try climb33, then add and the remote server address. In our case, for the tutorial, was climb.sig.space. We received a password prompt. It's important to remember that we are not going to have any feedback. And here we are. Nano can be used to edit existing files or to create new ones. Let's try to create a new file first. So Nano, and then we should write the path to the new file. That can be a simple file name if we want to save it in the current directory, or any relative or absolute path that we might decide to use. For example, I will use this temporary directory and then file.txt. After hitting enter, we have our Nano interface and we lose our prompt. This is because Nano, as we said, is an interactive program. It works as most of the text editors you're familiar with, so we can start writing. And as you can see, at the bottom there is a summary of the shortcuts that we can use to trigger new functionalities. For example, with Control O, we can save the file. Nano asks if we want to confirm the file we suggested at the beginning, or if we want to change it. Basically, this is a save as option, or with Control C, we can cancel the operation. As you can see, the options at the bottom changed accordingly. So it's a context-aware bar. If I hit enter, the file will be saved. Now I add another couple of lines. There is no possibility to move the text selecting it and dragging around because this is just a read-only interface. What we can do is to use the Control K and Control U shortcuts that allow us to cut and paste entire lines. So this is useful in bioinformatics because a lot of file formats store the information on a line-by-line basis. So if I want to move on the top the last two lines, I can hit Control K twice, then I move the cursors with the arrows at the top, and Control U to uncut. Sometimes you want to scroll quickly from page to page. To do this, you can use the Control V and Control Y keystroke to go at the bottom or at the top of the document, respectively. When we're done, we can save again, or we can directly hit Control X for exit. Since the document changed, we are asked if we want to save the edited text or not. If I hit Y, the save dialog is up again, so we need to confirm if we want to keep this file name or if we want to change it. Now I want to make a copy, so I will change the file name. Again, we need to confirm. It's easy to write text without realizing it, so it's good to have a prompt. And I'm back to my prompt. If I list the files in my current directory, there are no new files because I decided to save them in the tmp directory at the root level. And there. As you can see, in the temp directory, there are the two new files that I made. I can have a look at both of them with head. And they are exactly what we wanted to save.